Alright, so let me start out by saying that this video shouldn't be necessary for people here in America, one of the greatest countries that is present right now. But, you know, in spite of the recent events, I have decided to post this video and just talk about some of the things that have been going through my head and just my general reaction to how things are happening. Now, last night before I went to bed, I heard about the shootings, both of the shootings. I hadn't even heard about the one that happened 2 days ago. I saw someone tweeting about what happened yesterday, and I just kind of found out about both of them. And it really put me in a really bad mood. And so when I woke up this morning, I was feeling the exact same way as I did when I went to bed. And so I just started writing down some of my thoughts. And originally I thought it was going to be like a spoken word thing or like a poem or something. But then I was just like, no, I think it just needs to come out as a normal thing because, I mean, it's just how I'm feeling. And I don't want to have to go through the trouble of trying to make it rhyme or anything like that. I mean, it's my feelings and just this is how it's going down. And so, yeah, this is what I've just thought about this morning while I was still in my bed and just didn't even want to really get up. Are you afraid? No, seriously, are you afraid? Are you afraid to live in a country where people wear badges and are sworn in to protect the citizens, yet they kill innocent people? Yes, I do understand that police have fight or flight senses like the rest of us, but if you're presented in a situation as a police officer and you take the most excessive force, it doesn't really make much sense when all situations don't call for that. It is true that all lives matter, but it isn't all lives that are being taken unequally, nor is it all lives who are being treated unfairly by the justice system. Black people should not have to live in fear of the ones that we are taught to run to when we need help because we fear we may be racially profiled or shot because we might be reaching for our murder weapons. People are being killed in responses to actions that shouldn't constitute for death. Things like selling CDs outside of a store or walking through Walmart after you just picked up a gun that was literally on the shelf to purchase and just walking through the store in an open and carry state, or something like walking home from a 7-Eleven or reaching for your license and registration. Now, no, all of the victims of police brutality are not as innocent as some people would like to make them seem, but a lot of the times their actions don't equal the consequence or the penalty of death. A man was choked to death for selling loose cigarettes, and another man was shot after he fled a stoplight for an expired registration, and both of them were unarmed, and now they're both dead. Now, before I continue, I want to say that this message isn't to bash all police officers, because every police officer doesn't fit into this category. There are truly brave and noble officers who fight every day for what is right and risk their lives, and I really thank you for your service, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart. However, there are cops who are racist. There are cops who don't necessarily always have people's best interest at heart, especially when they're my skin color. Now, I also want to say that this isn't a message against white people. I have no problem with white people at all, but I do have a problem with people who are racist and who can't move past their ancestors' ideals and see that we are people too, just like them, and that we deserve the same amount of justice as they do, and we don't deserve to be discriminated against. Now, the problem is, I can't look at you, a person of any particular race, and decide whether you are for or against me based on how you look and your particular race and judge you by that, which is exactly what we don't want you to do to us. So why should I do that to you? So what's left for us to do? Do I live in fear of every single police officer I see? Do I drive 10 miles under the speed limit just to prevent getting pulled over so I don't get shot for pulling my driver's license out of my pocket? Do I not walk down any streets or go in public at all just to prevent the idea that someone could find me suspicious and shoot me? People call America the greatest country in the world. And while I agree that it is an amazing place to live, I know for a fact that it is a lot easier to live here and enjoy it a lot more if you are not a person that is a minority or if you are not my skin color. I had a conversation with my brother about this topic this morning, and he had no clue that people in America were being killed like this, nor did he know that people were still as racist as they are. It's really sad when you have to bring someone to the realization that the world is not always as nice as people would like to make it seem, and that for him, as a black person, it's not always going to be as inviting as it is for some of his white friends. And it's sad, but it's actually true. I asked him, what would you do if that had been me in the car that had gotten shot because the officer thought that I was pulling a gun on him? And he couldn't tell me what he would do. And I said, if you don't want to get shot, you would comply. And you would do whatever they told you to do. You would put your hands up, but you would do it slowly. But you would do it slowly so that they do not think that you're trying to pull anything on them. And you would comply exactly with what they want you to do. And it's sad that you have to stress how specific and careful you have to be with the people who are supposed to be there to protect you. So I ask again, are you afraid? Because many people are. Many people are afraid that their protectors are their predators, and that's not something that anyone deserves.